Hello, everyone. Welcome to another round of Canje Plays, and today we are getting back into Galaxy's Most Wanted double feature today. That's four, but I'm holding up two, so it's two and two. It's like 3D. But we're getting into the second part double feature today. We're going to be playing Groot, and we're going to be playing Rocket. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. We're going to have a great time, and we're going to the next two scenarios. Both of them are the Collector. I have not played any of them, so it is new to me as it's new to you, and it should be interesting to see what happens. If I can win, I don't know what to expect. I'm super scared, and hopefully we can make it through. Hey Tara, what's going on? Pull up a chair. You know you're always welcome. Always welcome. So before we begin, I want to say thank you to my Patreons. I appreciate you so much, and thank you to my YouTube subscribers. I appreciate you as well, and every other board gamer out there who has no idea who I am yet. Yeah. I want to say welcome. You're always welcome at the table to see how things go. So we'll dive into kind of getting some information, and then I had some funds to do some upgrades. I had 3 points to unspent units to be able to spend units to get some new cards, and I did pick 2 new cards to be added to the deck. Now, before we begin, I want to say, it's the same thing I always say. I am not doing the same hero through the entire campaign. I know that's what it's supposed to be, and I know that you're supposed to stick with the same hero. I don't want to do that. I want to have fun with it. I want to enjoy the game and try different characters out because I have all the characters and I want to play them all. So, last time I did that for Rise of the Red Skull, which I took the Avengers through that campaign. This time I'm taking the Guardians of the Galaxy through. Last Sunday I played Drax, so now I'm going to play Groot and Rocket. Then for the Nebula one, I'm going to play Gamora, and then for Ronan, it's the dance off with Star Lord that we're going to do. So it'll be good. It'll be a fun time. So let's get some information and then get down to the table. Here. All right, so Marvel Champions 8.2 on Board Game Geek. This is just a core game, right? The Galaxy's Most Wanted is an expansion that came out for it. The second big box expansion. Let me say that because there's been other expansions which are like these one-hitter scenarios, like the Wrecking Crew, Kang the Conqueror, Green Goblin, and so now we're getting into the second big box scenario, which is Galaxy's Most Wanted. Then we're gonna do a Mad Titan Shadow, which is the Thanos fight, and then the Sinister Six is coming, and I'm super pumped about the Sinister Six. So we'll see how it is. Groot is my fave. Can't wait to see how this goes. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna do well. I'll say that the deck that I'm using, and I'll show you the deck. But the deck that I'm using, I pulled off a Marvel CDB. It's in the description below for both Groot and Rocket. I went on there. I did a little bit of research on what could work, and I picked the one that looked fun. So there's a lot of Groot decks, a lot of different decks. So I picked this one that looks fun. The descriptions, the decks are below if you want to check them out and see what's going on. Okay, so should I just say I'm Groot the entire time? How much times has that been done? It's probably been done a lot. Anyway, let's get down to the table, take a look at the decks that I have, and set up for this scenario and see how it goes. Latab. Okay, so we've got the deck set up. We've got the decks right here. This is what I purchased with the units that I had. It cost 2 unit, cost 1 unit type of thing, and then the scenarios that we're going to be going against the Collector and whatnot. So let's get into my deck first. So I got Groot, which he has his set of cards that come with him, plus his obligation, which is right here. That'll get shuffled in. So we have Groot's interesting. He gets these growth counters on him, right? And then when you're in hero mode, it can say as an interrupt, when Groot would take any amount of damage, remove that many growth counters from him. For each growth counter removed, prevent 1 of that damage. Now the growth counters go up to 10, which means that he could prevent 10 damage, but it's an action to get it. So you're so hopefully there's a way to ready him enough so I can kind of build those counters up and help him be strong. It's not a every round he is. It costs an action to do it. The base decks that I have that I start off with is I have Gamora, Nick Fury, Rocket, Flora and Fauna, Energy, Genius, Strength, Helicarrier, Nowhere, and Death Focus. So interesting. Gonna be interesting. Now he is playing a leadership deck. That's the interesting part. I didn't think the Groot would get a leadership deck. It probably would have been more justice or aggression. But here's a leadership deck. So we've got the Black Knight, or Black Knight, Black Panther, Hello, Major Victory, Maria Hill, White Tiger, 2 Welcome Aboards, 3 Make the Calls, 1 Command Team, 2 Regroups, and 1 Triskelion. And then the cards that I purchased, and we can hold these up even closer because people are going to be like, how can you? So I had 3 points. You see where it says unit cost 2, unit cost 1. That's my 3 points. So it says, hero action, draw 1 card and remove a status from any creature. If this, based on what the status is, you get a buff. So create a solution. And then I also got In Defiance. When an identity would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent 2 of that damage and draw a card. So pretty cool events that we're going to shuffle up in here. Let's get down to the scenario so we can do the setup, run through everything, and make sure we get this thing kicking off right. So here we go. Okay, so scenario 2, Infiltrate the Museum. Though the Badoon were formidable, the teamwork and coordination between the Avengers and Guardians was enough to quell Drag's onslaught. After the battle, Gamora is able to extract critical information from Drang about why they attacked Earth by using a few persuasive interrogation techniques. She beat him up. As it turns out, Panelier Tavan, better known as the Collector, heard about the Reality Stone on Earth. Already having the Power Stone in his possession, and always looking to expand his collection, he hired the Badoon to steal Earth's stone, deciding it best if the Collector has no stones at all, you set out towards his museum. So we're going to be starting off the villain deck, which is the Collector, and I'll show you that in a second. It says remove 1 and use 3 if we're going expert. No. So the main scheme, there is only 1 main scheme. If we lose that, we lose the specific thing. And then the encounters Infiltrate the Museum, Galactic Artifacts, Menagerie Medley, and the Standard Encounter set. It said Menagerie Medley module can be removed from the scenario and or added to other scenarios when using scenario creation rules, which would be great. Hey, what's up, Locator? Pull up a chair. So we've got this new thing that's called a collection. Throughout the course of the Infiltrate the Museum scenario, cards may be added to the collection. The collection is an out-of-play game area shared by all players and specific to this scenario. Cards in the collection follow the standard rules for out-of-play cards, so can't use them. When creating space for the collection area, ensure that the collection is easily visible and reachable for all players, as each player may have to interact with the collection at multiple points during the scenario. Okay, so it says it follows rules for out-of-play cards. Well, let's take a look at out-of-play. Looks like that is not something that is in their list, but I'm assuming that just means you can't use it, unless otherwise stated. So, cool. All right, so setup, reveal Gallery of Splendor, which I have down there, and we'll show you that. Or use its reverse side for expert. We're going to be using the standard mode side, which I'll show that. And shuffle the Badoon Headhunter minion into the encounter deck. Then, if there's at least 1 mark, there wasn't, in the Headhunter defeated section of the campaign log, shuffle the On the Hunt Treachery from the Badoon Headhunter module set into the encounter deck. So we didn't beat him last time, but we'll see what we can do this time. And that's pretty much that for the setup. So let us see. We've got the Collector here. And it says his first level, he starts with 13 health per player. So we'll just put him at 13 right quick. That's right, I said right quick. Force interrupt. When a card, player, or encounter would be placed into a discard pile from play, put it face up into the collection instead. So when a card would be placed in a discard pile from play. So that means that if this set, the encounter set, or my deck, if I'm supposed to discard something, instead of discarding it, it's going into the collection, which I'm going to put right here. That scares me because this is a card burnout thing is what it looks like to be lost. So, okay, we'll see what happens. We've got, let's see, the Gallery of Splendor, which we're going to do standard mode, and it says standard mode on it, not expert. It has Hinder 3. It's a victory point. When defeated, place the top card of each player's deck face up into the collection. Really? So beating that isn't great. Okay, so let's talk about the Grand Collection. And if you notice, it's kind of like slanted. I think the card printed wrong. I think the card printed wrong because it's like the image is slanted on it, which I don't know if anybody else has noticed that. Or if that's its intent. I don't know. It just seems slanted and cut off. So Collector and Collector 2 or Collector 3, Infiltrate Museum, so basically all the things that I just said. So we've got Infiltrate the Museum, we've got Galactic Artifacts, Standard, and one encounter, which is Menagerie Medley, and then we got the Badoon Headhunter and Groot's Obligation. So it says create the collection game area, see insert for the details, so that'll be here. Put the top card of each player's deck face up into the collection to start. Ugh. Alright. So let's do some shuffling, and then we automatically lose a card. Because this game is cruel. Just cruel. Just... Oh. Okay. Awesome. Just lots and lots of fun. My hope is that that Shadows of the Past nonsense gets put into the collection so I don't have to look at it. So it's a card burnout. Basically, I have to beat him before I run out of cards. That's what this sounds like to me. I could be wrong. I haven't played the scenario, so I don't know. I could be wrong. So this sounds like it's an all-out blitz on this guy until I beat him. Long game is not my friend. Okay. Boom. Then we've got Groot, which we will put him here under his counter. And shuffle his stuff up. This is kind of like the it's just kind of draw luck at this point. And the two ones I bought, put them across each other. Yeah, I think this is just pure draw luck. If I can... Specific decks kind of meant to fight this so you can just go full aggression and beat the crap out of them. But let's see. What do I know? Okay. That'll be fun. Big fun. Big fun. Yes, my shuffling is terrible. I am so sorry. I am not a pro shuffler. I don't play Magic. I don't play games where shuffling is important because I usually bend the cards, but my patrons have slapped me with a no bend card restraining order. So none of that happens for me. Okay, so let's deal out our hand first. See what that looks like. So we get 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fruition. Place 2 growth counter cards on Groot. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Flora and Fauna. Team up Groot and Rocket. Max 1 per deck. Hero action. Place 2 growth counters on Groot. is working. To make the calls, pay the printed cost of an ally, and I got Nick Fury, so Gandalf. And I got White Tiger. After you play White Tiger from your hand, draw X cards to a maximum of 3, where X is equal to the villain's stage number. If the villain has no stage number, draw 1 card. And to make the calls. So remember that this thing says, when a card or encounter would be placed into a discard pile from play, put it face up into the collection. So if I ditch these 2 cards, they're going into the collection. So I'm thinking the same thing for having to beat him. Yeah. So I can't ditch anything, basically, or else I'll run out. So starts off, it says, put the top card of each player's deck face up in the collection. So I'm losing Root Stomp. Dang it, that's a good fighter too. It says, deal 5 damage to an enemy. If the attack defeats that enemy, place 1 growth counter on Groot. That would have been cool to have, but that's gone. And then we flip it over, and hero action. Choose to exhaust your hero or spend 2 resources of any type. Discard 1 card from the collection to its owner's discard pile, limit once per round per player. If there are at least 5 player cards in the collection, or if this stage is completed, the players lose the game. What? Are you kidding me? So if 5 cards hit this, I lose. 5 cards. Are you kidding me? Wow. Okay, all right. This is gonna be rough. So this one starts with a hinder 3, and if I recall properly, I just want to make sure I get that rule right. Is hinder. When a card with the hinder is replace threat on that card. Okay. Alright, so hinder says that there's already 3 on there, and hinder puts another 3 on there. And that just has a victory point display. This one starts out with 4. I'm kidding. 4 per player. That doesn't make sense. I guess because it's 10 per player, so it could go 20, which would be 8. So yeah. And it gets 1 added to it as we get started. How is this possible? You have paid 2 cards to get 1. The collection will keep going. I know. How is it? It's like, I think I have to exhaust my hero to start to be able to do this. Because as soon as I play Fruition, it's going into the pile. As soon as I do it. So you can immediately lose this game if you're not careful. Jeez. Like, I could lose if to play Nick Fury, I would lose the game because I play 4, 5 in there, I lose. So I can't play Nick Fury, and I can't ditch Nick Fury because he would have ended up in there. Damn, this is hard. Okay, so this is all just about kind of strategy. All right. So I think I'm going to have to. What I'm going to end up having to do is, I don't know. I can't play any heroes. I could play this to place 2 growth counters on Groot, so I could get a total of 4 with these 2, but they would go in here. So then I could then play both make the calls, or make the call in Nick Fury, exhaust this, and discard make the call, because it says choose to either exhaust your hero or or spend 2 resources of any type. Discard 1 card from the collection to its owner's hand. Yeah, I don't think it will be Ultravioletta. I don't think it will be. It's I have to get, the only way I could beat this guy is to get heroes out. Because if I constantly have to do this, here's how the loss goes. This is how the loss goes. Every round, there's going to be at the least 2 cards coming into here. At the least. every round. So even if, and if there's Surge, then there's 3. Plus what I have to fight. Damn. I don't know I could beat this. Or is an important word in the game, I take it. Yeah, I know, right? So I can exhaust my hero, discard a card, and discard a card out of here if I exhaust my hero, which means that's all my hero's going to be doing this round. So I'm going to flip the hero side. And it doesn't say a top card, it said discard 1 card to its owner's hand. It doesn't say top card. So I could get Root Stomp back. The problem is that as soon as I use this card to be able to defend myself, I messed up. If I add 2 cards to this deck, I lose the game automatically. So I can't have 2 cards in there. This is a character. So to me, this deck, and I'm talking through it because I'm trying to understand if I can even win. To me, this deck won't be well against him. It's got to be a low cost deck to beat him first, and second, it's full of hits. Drax probably would have been perfect for this scenario because all he wants to do is hit stuff. I don't know what to frickin' do. Well, first I'm gonna exhaust to get this out because there's automatically gonna be at minimum 2 cards going in. I'm gonna get killed, creamed if I do anything. Huh. Yeah, maybe Groot isn't good for this baddie, but we got to try it out and see. I got Rocket right here on the side, so but Rocket's Justice. I think it's Justice. Rocket is Justice. Yeah, his deck is Justice. So if Groot doesn't win this one, I'll pull Rocket in, and then we'll try Groot for the next. Let's see. Crap. I can stop 2 damage from with this card. Not really much I can do. I would play these 3, put White Tiger in, but that's 3 cards in, which is an auto loss. But I have to protect myself from damage. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Make the call. Do flora and fauna. Put 2 growth counters on him. Oh god. Actually, let me pull that back. I'll use fruition, which puts 2 growth counters on it. That's 1. That's all I can do. I can't thwart. Can't do crap. I think 5 is a little rough. If there are at least 5 cards per player in the collection, or if this stage is completed, the game the players lose the game. I could put 1 more card in there, but if this is a surge card, I lost. I have no idea what to do. I'm kind of screwed. This is something to play with more than one character. Because 10 cards is a lot more manageable than 5. Like, this is solo scenario sucks. Gets boring if you pick the best hero to villain all the time. This is true. This is true. But I think, like, this is woefully... I can't do anything else. I could add one more card. But this says, pay the printed cost of an ally in any discard pile. Put that ally into play under your control. But the discard pile just doesn't exist. I think it's just rough on solo. I can't do anything else. Honestly, without losing. I can't thwart, I can't do anything. So let's see what happens. I don't get any new cards because there's 5 in my hand. So gets 1. The villain's gonna attack me. I got my counters, so let's see what happens. He's attacking for 1. Nothing there, just 1. And I'll take that 1 counter off. And I get an encounter card. Collector attacks you with +1 attack. If you take any amount of damage from that attack, put the top card of your deck face up in the discard. So I have to defend. And the collector attacks you. If I take any amount of damage, so I'm defending for 3 + 1, 4. He's attacking me for 1. So just 1 again. So this will come off. I can try to play with Rocket and Groot. I can pull Rocket in. Yeah, let's try that. Good lord, because that is just crazy. Like, there's no way you could win this true solo. Unless, well, I won't say no way, because I'm sure there are people who've beaten this true solo because they prepped for it. But, yikes. I did not realize it was going to be that rough. Okay, so let's pull out Rocket. Alright, so we got Rocket here. Just getting his stuff out. Hey, Steph. How's it going? Alright, so Rocket's using Justice. So we've got Daredevil, Eros, Jack Flag, to clear the areas, one way or another. One way or another. 2 pivotal moments, 2 turn the tide, 1 heroic intuition, 1 skilled investigator, 1 sonic rifle, and 1 under surveillance. And then he has Groot, Ironheart, Lockjaw, 2 beat 'em ups, 1 flora and fauna, energy, genius, strength, the power in all of us, Avengers Mansion, crew quarters, downtime, endurance, ready to rumble, and side holster. So we'll bring Rocket in. So it is not as rough as I thought, apparently. Really? Did someone say it was super easy, barely an inconvenience? Oh, that's his obligation. It was like, why is this here? I have to shuffle that in here. Okay. It doesn't seem that resources used go to the collection. Only cards that were in play then discarded, like ally. When a card or encounter would be placed into a discard pile from play, that, once again, so events played from hand were not in play. Wow, that is not described at all in this story, in this thing. They need some hard clarification on that. Let me go, once I shuffle up Rocket, if we're going to use him or not. Let me look that up. Because like I said, I didn't play the scenario, I'm just reading the card verbatim. And let's look up the collector. So BGG. The collector. scenario. But minions defeated from play would go. Marvel Champions Collector is hard. Tips for defeating the Collector. Pretty sure this is a hard pass for me. That's funny. The Collector, go for clarification. That will make a big difference. You are absolutely right, Tara. Like, that's some bad verbiage. That is a really... And here it is, Collector clarification. So, let me see what it says here, and I'm just going on Reddit. Collector Clar... Do encounter cards or boost cards also get added to the collection, or do they not count as in play, just revealed? No, they don't count. Only stuff that was on the table, like minions and side schemes. Okay, I've played 2 games adding encounters collection. This significantly makes the scenario much more manageable. Force interrupt. When a card would be placed into a discard pile from play. See, but that's the thing, right? So let's put it face up in the collection instead. It's anything from play. So the word from play is the key. Put in play, so 22, 20. So we'll go to 22. So playing a card involves paying the card's cost and placing the card in the play area. This causes the card to enter play. Or in the case of an event card, to resolve its ability and be placed in the discard pile. So they're saying, like, event cards don't count, but event cards do count. So it says from play. Yeah, because this is saying minions and side schemes, but events still count. But this says not events. So what the hell are we talking about here? Check the FAQ at the end of the scenario booklet. It has some handy clarifications. We unfortunately didn't think to look. Okay, so let's do that. I'm just gonna throw it to the bottom. Go to the FAQ. Collector's ability for scenario 2. Infiltrate Museum. When a card would be placed into discard pile from play, which card type does this apply to? This applies to all card types that enter play. For encounter cards, this is attachments, environments, minions, obligations, and side screen. For player cards, it's allies, supports, and upgrades. So, contradiction of the major order happening here. It's almost like they don't get people who didn't make it to the play. I know. So this is a massive contradiction, because this is FFG's latest rules reference. And it says, playing a card involves playing the card's cost and placing the card in the play area. This causes the card to enter play, or in the case of an event, to resolve its ability and be placed in the discard pile. So according to the rules, and even here, when an event card is played, place it on the table, resolve its ability, and place it in its owner's discard. A card that is put into play is considered to have been played. According to their latest FAQ rules, an event constitutes being put in play. However, the collector clarification, where is that? It only says allies, supports, and upgrades. Or minions, obligations, and side scheme. If a card would be set aside, removed from the game, shuffled in the deck from play, or added to the player's hand from play. Yeah, it's a massive contradiction. From play or added to a player's hand from play will collector's force interrupt ability trigger? No. Collector's force interrupt ability will only trigger if a card in play would be placed specifically into a discard pile. If a card is moved from play to a game area other than a discard pile, collector's ability will not trigger. Additionally, if a card is moved from one out-of-play area into a discard pile, such as the card being discarded from a player's hand or from the encounter deck. What? Well, so I thought so too. Like this one. So, if a card would be set aside, removed from the game, shuffled into the deck from play, shuffled into the deck from play, or added to the player's hand from play, it will not trigger. Good lord. Okay, so I'm gonna go with these rules. So only ally supports and upgrades. So keep an eye on that. And for minions, obligations, and side scheme. Those are the only things going into the collection. So we're gonna stick with. I'll still shuffle Rocket, but we're gonna stick with Groot. Jeez, oh Pete. That is a massive contradiction. Or in the case of events, is played. Yeah, it's a. I don't know. I gotta trust you because you know you. I don't know. I'm gonna stick with what the thing says there and see if I can make this happen. So I'll shuffle up Rocket. We won't play with him. We'll stick solo like what we're gonna do. But this is gonna be interesting. Rocket will come back for the second. Actually, you know what? Let's sub out Groot and put Rocket in. Could be read as the or is a separate event from interplay. Yeah, they need to clarify that, though. That's a massive contradiction. It's too much of a gray area. Let me put it like that. Someone will say it's not a contradiction at all. I'll say it's too much of a gray area. It is way too much of a gray area. All right, and I need to shuffle. So we're going to play with Rocket and see what happens. Okay. So Rocket starts off, he has an ability, action, choose and discard a tech upgrade from upgrade you control, draw 2 cards, if I do that. So, let's see what we got. FAQ should be on the first page in large font and bolded. I know, that is crazy. I haven't watched anybody play this because I wanted to be surprised, but I wonder if it was clear for others who played, or if it was just what? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You actually have 9 health, my good sir. Alright. Let's see what we're working with. So we've got Groot Salvage, which is a resource. It says it's a resource. After you spend this card, put a tech upgrade from your discard pile on top of your deck. Okay, so ready to rumble. Play under any player's control. After you change your form, discard this card. Ready your hero. So that's an upgrade that can go away. Thruster Boots. While in hero form, Rocket Raccoon gains +1 thwart and gains the aerial trait. And turn the tide after your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme, deal 3 damage to an enemy. That's pretty cool. And Rocket Launcher. It clearly came up in playtesting or it wouldn't have been in the FAQ. I know! I know! Restricted. Enter play with 2 charge counters on it. Hero action. Exhaust Rocket Launcher and remove 1 charge counter from it. Choose a player. Deal 2 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with that player. These are not bad cards at all. I want to keep the Thruster Boots. Groot's ability says play only if your identity is Guardian, which it is. After Groot defends against an attack, heal 2 damage from him. He's got like 6 health. Yeah. This is a free resource. Not ditching that. This might... I might ditch this one and put it in discard. Only because... after you change form, ready your hero and do that. I don't think I'm going to do that one. After your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme, deal 3, but this could just be a free resource to use to get Groot out, or the rocket boots. And then we've got the rocket launcher upgrade. Restricted enters play. Let me ditch that. So I'll get 2 more. 1, 2. So we got reload. Ready each tech upgrade you control. And this one, pivotal moment. Deal 2 damage to the villain. 5 damage instead if there is no threat on the main scheme. Oh, okay. Now that we're not going to die immediately because of bad printing, let's try and see what we can do. I had some good cards of Groot too. So, choose and discard a tech upgrade you control, draw 2 cards. So we're going to flip to our hero side. And said, murdered you. Response, after you deal excess damage to an enemy, draw 1 card. Excess damage. So that means that once to an enemy, not a villain, an enemy. So that means if I go over their threshold, I get a card draw. Okay. Alright. Groot takes some damage, but be alright. These is what I care about, right? This counts as 2 resources. This is also pretty cool to have, but it's an event. So I need to, these are what I care about right now. This one will be cool to hang on to just in case. So let's do it. After you spend this card, put a tech upgrade from your discard pile on top of your deck, which is the rocket launcher. So I did it. So I'll spend this resource for 2. And then this one for 3. Put Groot out. And after that, this tech upgrade's going right on top of my deck, so I know what I'm getting next. Then I'm going to spend reload to put out my thruster boots, which gives me +1 to thwart, so now I thwart 3. And I gain the aerial trait. So let's see what aerial trait means. Because, you know, the rules are kind of... It's anybody's game. Let's see. Aerial, Ookla, ride. Aerial. Come on, really? You got everything in here, but not aerial. Okay. Well, aerial means something, so it's just not in the. It's not in the quick read. So I don't. Aerial is a stat, right? So it might be under stats. Traits, maybe? Gain the aerial trait. Yeah, so traits, 31. So 31. Trait. He also printed Appendix 3 card anatomy. Are you what is happening? Okay, if anybody can find what the aerial traits mean, that'd be great. Because this is throwing me. This is the worst rule book I've ever seen in my, or rules reference I've ever seen in my life. By far. Sure. Okay, I'm just gonna put that off, and y'all see what aerial means. That'll work. This will be in my hand. So, Rocket has a thwart of 3. So Rocket's gonna thwart for 3. Yoink. Yeah, I don't want to lose a card to the collection. This isn't doing anything other than sitting there. So, boom. So Rocket does that. Groot is actually going to attack for 2. Taking you down to 11. He's going to take 2 damage for his troubles. So he's got 4 health now. And that's all she wrote. I'm hanging on to Pivotal Moment because as soon as I remove this on, I'm going to blast him in the face for 5. So let's see. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 because hand size goes to 5. And I've got rocket launcher. Of course, we expected that. Turn the tide. After your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme, deal 3 damage to an enemy. That is happening. Battery pack, which is a tech, enters play with 2 charge counters on it. Exhaust the battery pack. Move a charge counter from this card to another tech upgrade you control. Why? Okay. And crew quarters. Play under any player's control, max 1. Alter ego action. Exhaust crew quarters, heal 1 damage from an alter ego. Okay. So then we ready up. Put little 1 here. He is going to attack. I'm going to defend with Groot with that lovely 4 health. He's going to attack me for 2. Yep, 2. So 1/1. I block it. It says after Groot defends against an attack, heal 2 damage from him. He's healed. And then I get an encounter card. The poison attached to your identity. When your turn begins, place 1 poison counter here, then take 1 damage for each poison counter here. Spend 3 resources of different types to discard this. Any player can do this. Oh no. From what I'm gathering, aerial trait allows to discard instead of taking direct damage. Really? So it's like Gloomhaven? Alright, so 'tis my turn. It says when your turn begins, place 1 poison counter on here. Then take 1 damage. 3 resources? 1, 2, 3. Instead of different types, which they are. They're different types. So this, it says to discard this card. So it went into play. Now it goes into the collection. Get the stupid counter off. Okay. Well, let's keep it on because it says it doesn't say get rid of it doesn't say get rid of the counter. So next, I am going to thwart for this. Then I'm going to immediately play Turn the Tide. After your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme, main scheme, deal 3 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, 3. You're down to 8 health. Now that's an event according to their rules. That doesn't go into the thingamadoohickey. I can't play this. And that's where I land. So get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready up too. Okay, what do we got? We've got Endurance. Particle Cannon. Restricted, enters play with 2 charges on it. Exhaust Particle Cannon and remove 1 charge counter from it. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. That attack gains overkill and ranged. Range means retaliate, doesn't mean jack. Hero response. After a side scheme is defeated, exhausts this to draw a card. And Schadenfreude. I learned about this from a Brene Brown book, what Schadenfreude is. So, until the end of the turn, heal 2 damage from Rocket each time you deal any amount of damage to an enemy. Whoa. Okay. Schadenfreude. Alright, so that'll end our turn. 1 goes on here. He is going to attack. I'm going to defend with Groot. He is attacking for 2. Groot has 6 health. So Groot would take... Actually, I think I did that wrong. I did the last one wrong. Because he attacked for 1. So Groot should have 3 damage on him. Sorry. I did that wrong. So he only attacked for... No, he attacked for 2 last time. Then he healed for 2, which means he should have 4 on. But now he defended, so he heals for 2. Got it. Okay. Then I will get an encounter card. Inconspicuous box. When revealed, place the lowest card you control face up into the collection. If you cannot, this card gains Surge. The lowest card you control. It would be my boots. Lowest card you control. So now I need to know what control means. Why are these? Why? Why? Why is this a thing? Control is on 10. Okay, so let's take a look at what control means. Ownership and control. Thank you. Thank you. That makes all the sense in the world. God's sake. I think they need to take this back to playtest. Ownership and control. A card's owner is the player whose deck contained the card at the start of the game. Cards enter play under the owner's control. Encounter cards are considered to be under the control of the scenario. Control of a card remains constant unless an ability explicitly calls it. A player controls the card in and out of play. If a card that has changed control leaves play... Okay, so... Alright. So that means a card I have. Alright, cool, cool. So the lowest cost one I have is this, going into the collection. Remember, this is not something that's defeated, and that's where we are. Okay. So we're going to do a couple things here, because I'm about to punch you in the face really hard. Let's see if I have enough to make this happen, though. Okay, so I will play Skilled Investigator, Schadenfreude. First, because that's going to be an event. This needs to happen in turn. I'm going to thwart. Getting rid of that. Because it's gone, I'm going to play those two. To play Pivotal Moment. Deal 2 damage to the villain. 5 damage instead if they are no threat on the main scheme, taking you down to 3 health. Schadenfreude. Okay. Then... This is a nice one to really play this Particle Cannon. Exhaust Particle Cannon to deal 4 damage to an enemy, and it has Overkill and range. Ooh. But do I want this Endurance? It gives me 3+ health. I'm going to hang on to both of those. Draw 3. Clear the area. Thwart. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat on that scheme, draw a card. And we have power. Double the number of resources this card generates when paying for a basic. Okay, and then we have Sonic Rifle restricted 2 charge counters. Exhaust Sonic Rifle and remove 1 charge counter from it. Confuse an enemy. Deal 3 damage to that enemy instead if it is already confused. Okay, so I gotta keep my eye on this. Let's ready up. This will get 1. You will attack. Groot will defend. You're attacking for 2. So that's 2 damage going to him. He heals for 2, so no damage. Not sure if this helps, but per Google, the gauntlets allow you to deal 1 damage, 2 with aerial trait with the helmet. Yeah, that's Iron Man. Lets you remove 1 threat from scheme. The aerial trait, while the helmet lets you remove 1 threat, but you can remove 1 threat for each. Yeah, I think that's Iron Man's one. So that was the attack. I gained an encounter card. Servant Bot. Guard. While this minion is engaged with you, you cannot attack the villain. Patrol. While this minion is engaged with you, you cannot thwart the main scheme, and he's got 3 health. Okay, so my turn. Alright. Can I hurt you? That's the first question. So Groot's kind of like my damage soak. I need to see if I can recruit. I can't thwart, but I could do this. So if I pay 3, 1, 2, 3, put out this upgrade cannon. It gets 2 charges on it. And then enters play with 2 charges on it. So hero attack, exhaust particle cannon, remove 1 charge to deal 4 damage to an enemy. That attack gains overkill. So this thing had 3 health, goes down. Overkill, 1 more goes to here. And then I am going to exhaust, because I would love to thwart, but I'm going to exhaust to get my thruster boots out of there. Confusing the enemy might be fun, but not right now. So let's draw. Let's hang on to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready. Okay, so we've got Avengers Mansion, which is lets me draw a card for free. It's free card draw. Side holster, you can control 1 additional weapon upgrade, energy, and pivotal moment. Okay, so let's see what happens. All right, so let's get you on here. You are going to attack. I'm going to defend with Groot. You're going to attack for 2. You take 2. I put 2 on because he heals. 2 comes off. I then get an encounter card, which is another servant bot. Cool. All right. So how do we make this happen? I could lose this game if I get cocked, basically. And what I mean by that is, like, I can use the cannon to kill the servant bot, but both of those then go here, which makes it 4. I can't thwart because that's at 4. The next thing that comes out could be the 5th one that makes me lose the game. So I could want to do pivotal moment too. I really want to do pivotal moment. It says deal 2 damage to the villain. Oh, I could just play pivotal moment to just knock him out and then see what happens. Well, it says to the villain. Deal 2 damage to the villain. So which one works? Guard. While the minion is engaged with you, you cannot attack the villain. Okay. So let's play this in proper order. Attack with the particle cannon. Boof. 1 damage for overkill. This then goes here, so I'm at 4. Oh, barf. I'm going to exhaust, discard to put the particle cannon back in my discard. I'm then going to... I have enough to put out the Avengers Mansion and then draw a card. I don't want him to live, though. It's a matter of principle. I could do this to put out Pivotal, which will hit him for 2 damage, knocking out the first thing that he is. Or I could play Avengers Mansion. I think I'm going to do this to not waste any time. So I'm going to play Pivotal Moment to deal 2 damage to him, knocking him to 0, beating the first. So it says, when revealed in player order, each player must choose to either put the top card of the discard of their deck face up in the collection, or take 3 damage, and then go back to the regular force interrupt. So I don't want to be at 4. I'm going to take 3 and go down to 5 health. And I still my turn. So I mean, I could ditch these 2 and hope for something good. Like, confusing the enemy might be helpful, but all it's going to do is go towards putting out Avengers Mansion. Oh, and his health is 14. I think Avengers Mansion might be a little bit of a hard sell. I'm just getting 2 cards back. I'm thinking maybe that. Actually, I'm gonna. Side holster is such a free upgrade. It's free, but it's something that I could just spend if I need. Maybe I can, because this is down to 3. I'd like to confuse him so I could flip to my other side. Oh. I've been missing this. I've been missing his ability. It says, after you deal excess damage to an enemy, draw a card. I just did that, so I should have been able to draw a card. I'll just say I missed the last one, so I have Flora and Fauna. So this is an event. Place 2 growth counters on Groot and ready him, or place 2 charge counters on Rocket and ready that upgrade. On Rocket's upgrade and ready that upgrade. So I forgot for the overkills, but that would do his response to excess damage. So I missed the last one when I did with the first Servant bot, but I'll do it with the second. Once again, it's 3. I'm 1 shy of being able to put out the mansion. I don't have any upgrades out. I do want the sonic weapon, so I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to pay these 3 to put out the sonic weapon. It gets 2 charges on it. And it says, exhausted to confuse an enemy. Deal 3 damage to that enemy instead if they're already confused. So, that's it. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready up. Genius. Heroic Intuition. Arrows. After you play arrows from your hand, confuse a minion for each chemical resource you use to pay for him. So Strength. Beat him up. Deal 1 damage to the villain and each minion engage with you. And this actually seems pretty good. This says play under any player's control. Hero gets +1 thwart, which it's a pretty cool upgrade. Okay. So did I want to spend 1 to confuse you? Nah. Alright, so 1. He's gonna attack, Groot's gonna defend. He attacks for deal 1 damage to each character you control. So that would be 2, 3. He blocks 2, so he takes 1. And you get 1 damage on you. Okay. He's at 3. Then I get an encounter card. Monarch Star Stalker. Villainous. When this minion activates, give it a boost. Why? Okay, we have to kill him. Gotcha. Okay, so what do? We do. Well, it says after you play arrows from your hand, confuse a minion for each resource you use to pay. Well, we are going to confuse him, and then we're going to shoot him in the face for 3 damage. And then we're going to enjoy that. So, first things first, we're going to put Eros into play using Genius, which has 2, which will confuse the crap out of him. We're then going to play deal 1 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with you. Or we could do +1 thwart. I'm charging in here just 3. 2 more is definitely going in. No, it's not. You have 7 health. I don't like you. But if Eros dies, he will. go in there. He could thwart for 2, no matter what. And then I could use beat him up. Yeah, let me do that. He's gonna thwart 2. Take 1 damage. I am going to spend this upgrade to deal 3 damage because you're already confused. I'm going to then spend strength to beat him up. Deal 1 damage to you for 4 and 1 damage to you. And then I am going to exhaust rocket. Throw that into the discard down to 2. I think I might flip rocket. Oh, but he's scheming for 3. Yuck. This has already been used to damage that guy, and I'm going to use it again to kill him. I don't need... He's confused. He's hitting me for 2 plus a boost card. That could kill me. That could really, 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 really kill me. If he attacks me, if he schemes, it's going to be 3 plus whatever. He won't scheme. And I think I'm at scheme moment. So I'm going to flip to my other side. I'll hang on to Heroic Intuition and drop to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lockjaw, under surveillance. Increase target threat value of attached scheme by 4. That's pretty cool. Jack Flag. After Jack Flag thwarts, place 1 ammo counter on him. Exhaust Jack Flag and remove 1 ammo counter from him. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. Ironheart. After you play Ironheart, draw a card. One way or another, max 1 per round. Hero action. Search the encounter deck for a side scheme. Reveal that side scheme. Draw 3 cards. Shuffle the encounter deck. No. No. Alright. So let's ready up. Okay. So then we've got 1 going here. You're going to scheme for 3. Just 3. So it's a 5. Halfway. You're going to try to scheme, but you're confused. Then I get this as an encounter. Yuck. When revealed, you are confused. If you're already confused, take 1 damage. Awesome. Okay. This is bad. This is really, really bad. You can play Lockjaw from your discard pile during your turn, paying his resource cost 4. Jack Flag. After he thwarts, he can thwart. And then use as a hero action to burn that to do 2 damage to somebody. I think that's the play. Get Jack Flag out. So you're being paid. 2. Ironheart could give me a card if I play her. But that still puts me 2 shy of being able to do this. So 3. 4. Put this out. Only 2 cards in here, so I'm okay so far. He is going to thwart for 2. 3. Take a damage and get a counter. I'm just confused. So I'm going to heal for 3, going up to 7. Oh, I have to restart my computer. It's like, restart my computer. What? So then, so that's healing for 3. For 4, sorry. Or 3. 3 or 4? 3. So I heal for 3, and then I'll flip the hero side. I'll then use this counter as a hero action to deal 2 damage to him, taking him to a 6er. Then if I beat him, that'll be 4. I can't clean this. So I could put him in there and then worry about this guy later. So I'll take 2 damage if I attack with you. If I attack with you, you're gonna vanish out. That'll put me at 5. Not good. If I confuse, that's going in here. Maybe I shouldn't switch to... Maybe I shouldn't heal. Maybe I shouldn't heal and just deal the 1 damage to put him away. I think that's where my mind's headed. I won't heal, I could just put him away. If I don't heal, but my Groot would have to save my butt. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll take off the 3. Go back to 4. And I won't heal. I'll just flip the hero side. Then I'm just going to attack him, killing him, putting him here. He doesn't have victory points for how much he's charging. Which just leaves this guy. Will hit me 2. So there's 3 in there. Okay. That was me attacking. I think that's all I can do. Until I can clear one of these, that's all I can do. Okay. So I'll stop there. Can't do much else. Ready up. 1, 4. So I got battery pack, enters play, so this is, I understand why. Reload, ready, each tech upgrade you control. I've got a plan. After you make a basic thwart, using your thwart, ready rocket, rocket gets +1 thwart while in hero form until the end of the phase. Okay. This gets 1. You're gonna attack. Okay. I'm going to block with Groot. After this activation ends, reveal this. After this activation ends, reveal this card. Oh, I see what that means. So it's 3. He takes 3 damage. Goes down. Well, but it says after Groot defends against an attack, heals for 2. After he defends. In defending, he lost. Then this guy's gonna attack. So I'm gonna take the 2 damage. Then I get an encounter card. I'm not revealing that just yet. It said at the end of the phase. After the activation. Dang it, it's his obligation. Dang it. I can flip him and exhaust him to get rid of this. If no upgrade was discard the highest cost upgrade you control. To discard it, otherwise this card gains surge. How much cards do I have in here? 4. Ugh. I think I'm boned because of this one. Because if I discard this, that makes 5 and I lose. So let's see what happens. So flip, turn, goes to the discard pile. Then this says, after this activation ends, reveal this card. Attach the collector. When collector would take any amount of damage, put this card face up into the collection. Prevent all of that damage and place threat on the main scheme equal to the amount prevented this way, which would be an insta-loss. I think I might be done. Can't do hero response. Can't heal. I don't have any tech weapons to push up, and I've got under surveillance, but the collection's what's killing me. So I'll pay these two to put this on the scheme, so it's now 14. Really nothing I could do. But let's see what happens. I'll hang on to these 2 cards. You could do something. You could thwart. Probably the best I get. Gonna thwart for 2. Taking another damage. Getting a counter, but I'm not in hero form, so I can't use it to damage that enemy for 2. And this guy is pretty much just hanging out. All right, so draw up to 6. Not looking good, not looking good. Clear the area. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last, draw a card. Daredevil. After Daredevil thwarts, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Cybernetic Skeleton. You get +3 hit points while in hero form. Rocky gets +1 attack and beat him up. Deal 1 damage to the villain and each minion. Okay. Okay, so you are going to scheme for 3, 4. You're going to scheme for 2. That. Then I get a counter card. The villain schemes again, and that's the game. 3, 4. That, my friends, is the ball game. I was able to knock off one of him, but not the other one. Ugh. So, drawing that obligation ruined my chances. That was rough. All right, so let's try this with Groot this time. Now that we kind of know how this thing plays out. Oh, wait, it's 14. It's still the ball game because it would have been 4. It was 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. All right, so let's pull out the Groot. See how this works out. This is your obligation. Groot's obligation is you here. You're 13 health. Okay. You know what's funny is I didn't get any of my like upgrades. Oh, because they were in Groot's deck. I bet you that's why I didn't get them. I bet you because I didn't take them out of Groot's deck. Yep, they're in Groot's deck. Well, you're gonna see them now. And Groot has 10 health. It's a toughie. The collection's what making this hard. I have to mitigate threat and the collection. Or start. Now that was unfortunate. Alright. Alright. Okay. Alright. I'm sure that one right there says pull in my nemesis. So Groot is there. If we lose this one, we're still gonna move on. I saw myself playing two each. So even if we lose this one, we'll move. Yeah, I didn't think I'll play it. I'll play it later with a deck that's meant to fight the collector, beat the collector. So let's see what Groot can do. One, two, three, four, five, six. Maria Hill, nowhere. I am Groot. I am Groot. Helicarrier and Rocket. So I know this says top card goes into the collection to start, but let's determine if we're going to have this before we do that. Rocket. So when Rocket attacks a minion, he gets +3 attack for that attack, and that attack gains overkill. So he can do 4 damage. That's pretty cool. Maria Hill is that free card draw when she comes into play. For nowhere, play only if you identify as a guardian. And I do. Increase your ally limit by 1 after a player plays a guardian. Ally exhausts nowhere that player draws a card. Helicarrier is a free resource. Or reduces the... It's a free resource. It reduces the cost of a resource. I'm Groot. Deal damage to an enemy equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. I'll just keep one of those. Yeah, I probably should ditch the whole stinking hand. This one, being able to attack, he'll take 1 damage, but he can attack for 4. Might yield me some help. Yeah. I should ditch the whole hand, but let's see what we got. Welcome aboard. Play only if you identify as a guardian trait. Hero action reduce the resource cost of the next ally played this phase by 2. Which means a free Maria Hill or a 1-cost Rocket. Strength, and then we got White Tiger. After you play White Tiger from your hand, draw X cards to a maximum of 3, where X is equal to the villain's stage number. If the villain has no stage number, draw a card. Stage 1. Okay, top card. To the collection, Death Focus. Alright, so what are we doing? Are we going to get a free... well, I got to identify as a guardian first, right? So let's flip. Okay, so I can either get a 1-cost Rocket, I think that's probably the best way to go, and a free Maria Hill, and a 1-cost Rocket. So Rocket's coming out. And then I'm going... Let me make sure I read this right, because I don't want to get yelled at. Play only if your identity has a guardian trait. It does. Reduce the resource cost of the next ally played this phase by 2. You are an ally. So, and it's a 0 cost plus White Tiger to put Rocket out for 3. And then I'm going to play the Strength to put out Maria Hill, which lets me draw a free card. And then I gotta make the call, which says, pay the printed cost of an ally in any player's discard pile. Put that ally into play under your control. And then I've got the I am Groot thingamadoohickey. So Maria Hill is gonna thwart for 2, because that's just what she did. Damage. Rocket. When Rocket attacks a minion, he gains +3. I feel like I want to hold on to him until minions start coming out. So I could do exactly that noise I made. That's not bothering me so much. So Groot's going to attack for 2. Take down to 11. Rocket's only attacking for 1, but he can thwart. So Rocket's going to actually... I think I want to hold on to him. That's what I'll do. That'll end my turn. So 1, 2, 3. Ritty. Welcome aboard, another free. Reduce the resource costs of the next ally you play, which will get White Tiger and Foreshore with Make the Call. I'm Groot Thwart. Remove threat from a scheme equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. But it costs 3. Fruition, gain 2 counters on him. So I think I got an idea of, just in case I don't get posed, I got an idea of what I'm going to do. Okay, so this is going to get Hickey. You're going to attack me for 1. I'm going to defend for 3. No, I'm not. 2, so I'll take 2 damage. Going down to 8. And I'm going to get a card. It says Star Shark. Star Shark? What? Creature Elite. Quick Strike. Star Shark attacks, deals indirect damage. Are you kidding me? Deal 1 damage to each character. Oh, that's the boost. That's the boost. So he's going to do 3 indirect damage as Quick Strike. So what is Star Shark? Huh. Okay, what is Quick Strike? Star Shark. What? After a minion with Quick Strike engages a player whose identity is in hero form, that minion attacks the player immediately. Okay. So he's going to hit me for 3, taking me down to 5. Star Shark. Gotcha. Okay, Star Shark. Let's see what we're going to do. I'm going to go with Make the Call. I'm going to play Welcome Aboard, and I am Groot to pull out White Tiger. You're on phase 1, so I get to draw a card. I got Entangling Vines, which is my upgrade. So it says, when Groot makes a basic thwart, remove 1 growth counter from him and exhaust Entangling Vine. Groot gets +2 for that thwart. So first thing I'm going to play is Fruition. Get 2 counters on myself, which is a free cost. I'm not thwarting. Instead, Rocket is attacking for 4. Star Shark. Damage. Star Shark. White Tiger's gonna attack for 2. Damage. Groot's gonna attack you as well. Star Shark. Get you out of here. 3 damage is just stupid. Okay. Cool. Then I'm going to play I'm Groot, gain this upgrade. Should just let him scheme. I'm going to let him scheme. I'm going to flip to my side here. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Star Shark. Sorry, it's ridiculous. So make the call. I got my first unit cost card. When an identity would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent 2 of that damage and draw a card. Okay. Vine Shield is another upgrade. When Groot defends against an attack, remove 1 growth counter from him and exhaust Vine Shield. Groot gets +3 defense. Creative Solution. Draw 1 card and remove a status from... So if you gain a status, I'm using that card. And then Vine Strike's another upgrade. When Groot makes a basic attack, remove 1 growth, get +2 to that attack. Right. Cool, cool, cool. This one here. You are going to scheme for 2, 3. Okay. Only 2 in there. I then get this lovely thing. Treachery. View the cosmos. When revealed, choose one. Put the highest cost card from your hand face up in the collection, or discard the highest cost card from your hand, then place threat on the main scheme equal to its printed cost. What? Okay. Put the highest cost card from your hand face up into the collection, or discard the highest cost card from your hand, then place threat on the scheme equal to that. There you go. Okay. Okay, so any heroes in the deck that I can make the call on? Nope. So make the calls get used for something else. Let's use make the call. Get that upgrade out. Gonna hang on to those 2. I'm actually gonna heal my butt to 9. And then flip. Actually, I probably shouldn't do that. So I'd be back down at 5. Gonna flip to hero side. And I'm going to exhaust. Put that back in my discard. We'll leave Star Shark here. Then what are we doing? What are we doing? When Groot makes a basic attack, or when Groot makes a thwart. And I think I'm kind of screwed, because any of these players will put me out of the game. So we're going to stay where we are. We're done. You're done. Nick Fury, make the call and regroup. When an ally is defeated by an enemy attack, return it to its owner's hand instead of discarding it. Force to interrupt. When the round ends, discard this card. Cool. So I at least got a support card that I can interrupt, spend to make the call, get a regroup. Okay. Cool. All right. We're at 6. 7. You're going to attack. For 1. I'm going to let it come because I'm going to play in Defiance. So that's 1. Deal 1 damage to each character you control, and I just lost the game. And just like that. So, okay, cool. So 1 damage, I prevent it. I get to draw a card, which is Gamora. This goes here. This goes here. So 1 damage. 4. 1 damage. 5. I just lost the game. Oh, actually, this wouldn't go here. Sorry, that would go there. That's 4. Rocket would take 1. I didn't lose the game just yet. Not just yet. Cool. Cool. This is not going well. Oh my gosh, this is not going well. Oh, wait. After an ally is defeated, I can play that card, paying its cost, make the call, to get Maria Hill back in my hand. And when the round ends, I discard this card, so it's sitting here right now. So, cool. She doesn't go there. There's still 3 in here. We're okay. We're alright. Everybody calm down. Alright, so I can pay. Gamora does 2 attack. You do 2 thwart. We're on the thwart train right now. So I think I'm gonna have to spend these 2. Put her back out. I get a card draw. So she comes back out. I'm gonna thwart with her for 2. Takes damage. heck am I gonna do? I can attack for 5 or thwart for 4. I'm going to thwart. I'm gonna thwart for 4. Getting kind of close. 6, 4, 2. Probably wasn't a smart move, but it's getting kind of close. Okay, that ends the phase, so that'll go away. Drawn back up. Getting kind of close there. Alright, so I got Flora and Fauna, Black Knight. Black Knight basic attack gains piercing. Discard any tough status card. If that happens, I got the Triskelion. Increase your ally limit by 1. And this allows you to control more than 3 allies. Okay, so let's see if we lose. See what happens. And once you go back to 3, you're gonna attack for 1. If there are 3 or fewer cards per player in the collection, put the top card of your deck face up in the collection. Hate that card. So now I know what I have to do this round. Then I get an encounter. Oh, that would have been 1 damage. I blocked it. And I get an encounter card. The villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. So that's 1, 2. 3 health. Okay. Well, I can't really do anything now. Put some Groot counters on him, but that doesn't mean anything. I can get the Black Knight out, which he has piercing, but exhaust the command team, remove 1 command counter from it to ready an ally. Nothing I can really do. So 1, 2, 3. Put out Black Knight. Gonna attack 2. Down to 9. Gaining a damage. Then I got Flora and Fauna. I'm probably gonna flip to this side because I'll probably die round. Okay. I gain 1, 2, 3, 4. Going down, I got Root Stomp, Black Panther, We Are Groot, and Fertile Grout. We Are Groot. Remove up to 4 growth counters from Groot. Choose that many friendly characters. Give each of those characters a tough status card. Exhaust Fertile Ground. Place 1 growth counter on Groot and draw a card. And Root Stomp. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats that enemy, place 1 growth counter. Okay. Got 1 here. You're going to scheme for 2. 2. 3. And you came out that way, so you're going to scheme for 2. Then this card gains Surge. Aw. Put that lovely poison on me again. Yep. So it says when your turn begins, which is now. So I get a poison counter. I take a damage. And you may play the event attached to Black Panther as if it were responding. After Black Panther enters play, choose a leadership blue event in your discard pile and attach it to him. As soon as this goes out of play, I lose. As soon as I play this charge to discard that, I lose. Rocket. If I attack with rocket, I lose. I think this is a no-win scenario for me here. I think this one's also a no-win scenario. 1, 2, 3. So as soon as I play that, this goes away. I lose the game. 5 and God, this is hard. This is hard. This one's a very hard one. I think having to deal with 5 in the collection, if it was 10, but the 5 in the collection is what killed me. So let's play. I'm actually going to try it now two-handed. Shark. Why is that a creature? Why is that something that's in this game? So it is 4 per player. So that is right. And let's get Rocket back in. It's our final attempt. If we don't make it, we don't make it. And I will play it with a different character that's meant to beat the collector. Then I will stream the next collector one after I beat it. So we're going to play two-handed. Scheme has 20 on it. 10 health. Sir, that shuffled in there. So it's not the most thrilling, but I've lost twice. I did pretty good with Rocket once, but let's see how they do as a duo. Okay. Rocket. Okay, you got 10. Shuffle this. Alright, so it has 20 on the scheme and 10 cards in the collection. Instead of 5, just 10 cards in the collection. So let's see how they do together. Okay. And you have 13. All right, let's see how we do. So you start off. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Hello, I am Groot. Strength, keeping it. Regroup. Keeping that. Gamora, and we'll keep that. Gamora might be a good thing to pull out. Hello, I don't want to. It says look for, search the top and then shuffle your deck, and then an I am Groot, deal damage equal to number of Groot growth points. I'll ditch those 2. Get 2 back. No, Rocket did not win. We got welcome aboard on that. Alright, so that's him. And let's just give this one more final shuffle. I'm doing two-handed just to see how this goes. It wasn't pretty. So I'm going to play two-handed for the first time ever. If I screw up, I don't care. Alright, here we go. Oh, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. What do you got? We've got Strength, Salvage, good resource gather. That's fantastic. Avengers Mansion for the free draw. Reload for tech. Beat 'em up to deal 1 damage to every minion engaged. And after you change form, discard this card, ready your hero. But we don't want discard, so I'm ditching all 3 of these. Draw 3. To get, oh my god. I've got resources like you wouldn't believe. So, okay. Alright. So top card goes into, so endurance from you, and that's not good. Alright, so let's see how Groot's gonna start off. Oh, sorry. I gotta get the first player tokens. They gotta play it right. Gotta play it right, because I already hear the people yelling at me. Groot will be the first player. So we're doing welcome aboard. So I'm gonna flip Groot. I'm going to actually I'm gonna flip Groot. And then I'm gonna play welcome aboard to reduce the cost. I'm gonna play Triskelion for 1 to put Gamora out. It says after Gamora attacks or thwarts, discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard an event. Add it to your hand. So I'm gonna hold on to this to get strong. Stop Gamora from getting killed, and I've got resources for days. So Gamora is going to attack for 2 because that's just what she does. 1, 2. And take a damage. I am actually going to do this to get my genius back. Keep that short. Actually, no. I'm gonna hit you for 2. 1, 2. Taking you to 9 health. Okay. Then I'll chill there. Then it's going to be Rocket's turn. Yeah, let's see how it goes. So Rocket's turn. I can put 2 things on him for this 1. Yeah, and I got resources for days. So I'm gonna put out Avengers Mansion. For 4, so 2, 4. I'm then gonna use it to draw a card. It's a choose a player, have that player draw a card. So I've got a plan. After you make a basic thwart, ready Rocket. Rocket gets +1 thwart while in this form until the end. So Rocket's gonna flip hero form. He is going to. Oh, I'm so wanting to confuse the villain. But we're gonna hang on. He is going to thwart for 2. Then I'm gonna play this. Using this. Yeah. Using Flora and Fauna. Ready Rocket, he gets +1 more, so he's gonna go 3 in. Then I've got. It says after you spend this card, put a tech upgrade from your discard pile on top of your deck. I'm not gonna use it yet because I do want the Sonic Rifle. And that's gonna end this turn. Ready. Ready. Let's see what happens. Okay, so 2 goes on there because it's 1 per player. I have not done this before. I have not played more than one-handed, so let's see. Then he's going to attack both. So first he's going to attack Groot, who's going to defend for 2. He blocks it. He's going to attack Rocket, who's going to take it for 1. Then they both get encounter cards. Oh, I forgot to draw up, sorry. 1, 2, Flora and Black Panther for you. And for you, 1, 3, which would be Downtime, Particle Cannon, and Schadenfreude. Okay, so since you're the first player, flip Star Shark. Star Shark. Go down to 7 health. This is the dumbest card I've ever seen in my life, yours. Groot's Obligation. So he cannot exhaust. He can flip. You may flip to your alter ego side, exhaust your alter ego, remove. If I can't, surge. You may flip to alter ego form. Then choose. Remove 3 Groot counters or discard this obligation and gain surge. I can't do anything else. Look! Poison! Yay! Okay. Alright, so that happened. Cool, first player switches over here. Star Shark. Okay, so until the end of the turn, heal 2 from Rocket each time you deal any amount of damage to an enemy. He's got the Sonic Cannon. The Particle Cannon, what I really care about, because that's 4 damage on this dude's face. So I'm going to spend downtime and the 2 salvage, put out the Particle Cannon. Actually, before I do any of that, I'm going to draw a card. Pivotal Moment. Deal 2 damage to the villain, 5 damage if there is no threat on this game. Okay, so I'm going to put out Particle Cannon for 2, and I get an upgrade for my a tech upgrade. My discard pile. I don't have any. I don't have it. This gets 2 counters on it. Oh yeah, I'm using 1. Shoot you for 4. Just the villain. I can port. How much I have to spend? 3 of different? I don't have different. Any player can get that poison off, but I'm not going to be able to this round. Instead, you're my thwart machine, so let's keep that party rolling. 1 damage ain't gonna do nothing to this. Well, or does 2. I'll put it at 6. 1 would do it, so I'm gonna attack this guy for 1. So that's 3, 4, 5, and then the 2 should take care of him. I'm actually gonna ditch Schadenfreude. Hang on to these. 1. Oh, not yet. Then my turn. I'm gonna take a damage because of the poison. It's okay. Ugh, you are not worth it. Let me see here. And I forgot about the in the fence, which I could have played to make it 1 damage and draw a card. Actually, I am going to do that. Because I didn't remember about it. When an identity would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent 2 of that damage and draw a card. So instead of 3, I would have gotten hit for 1, so 2. And I got the card for it. I'm learning. So deal with it if you're mad about me doing that. Let's see. So I'm going to spend... Well, first I'm going to play Fruition to get 2 counters on Rootski. So get rid of that. Then I'm going to spend this to put out Flora and Fauna to give this thing 2 more charges. Place 2 charge counters on a rocket upgrade that he already controls. Then I will hang on to those 2 and have Gamora attack this guy for 2 damage, which kills him. Here, he'll take damage. I think I'm good. So 1, 2, 3. Nothing but upgrades. Rocket's pistol, Rocket's thrusters, the rocket launcher. So pistols, interplay with 3 counters on it, exhaust Rocket's pistol and remove 1 charge counter from it, deal 2 damage to an enemy. When in hero form, Rocket gets +1 thwart plus aerial, which he's my thwart machine. And then exhaust Rocket launcher and remove 1 charge to deal 2 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with that player. So we got a lot of upgrades coming out. For you, you're going to get 3, which you get Nick Fury, I Am Groot, and Entangling Vines. Nick Fury's coming out. So, cool. There are 3 cards in here out of 10. Ready up. All right, so 2 goes on here. Make it 4. 3 puts this at 7 of 20. Then you're going to attack. I got to ready you up. Come on, ready up. Okay, you're going to attack for 1 on Rocket. Rocket's going to take it. 2. Rocket takes 2. 6. You're going to attack him. He's probably going to take it too. Oh no! 4! Oh! Oh no! So he goes down to 4 health. That's not good. Okay. Then we get card. You are the first player. Obedience potion attached to your identity. Attached character gains -1 thwart, -1 attack, and -1 defense. Hero action: take 1 damage and spend 2 chemical resources to discard this card. Awesome. And you get the villain attacks you. For 1, I could die. 3. I'm down to 1 health. Okay. First player switches over. Alright, let's make this happen. So Nick Fury's coming out. 2. 3. 4. For Nick Fury to pop out. After Nick Fury enters play, choose one. Remove 2 threat from a screen. Draw 3 cards or deal 4 damage to an enemy. I think I'm at the 3-card draw place. I would love to hit you for 4, taking you down to 5 health, to where the particle cannon can shoot you in the face. But I think I need something to help me. So 1, 2, 3 cards. Helicarrier, Lashing Vines, and Command. This was a pointless hand, but let's get the 2 upgrades out. So I'm going to pay these 2. We put out Entangling. Put these 2 out. Entangling Vines and Lashing Vines. I would take 1 damage, which would come off of here. I'm actually going to flip to my other side and heal for 4. 5 health, because that sucks. Actually, no. Flip back. Flip the heck back. Mr. Fury can thwart for 2. Well, when he comes out, he gets to do something first. I drew my 3 cards. He's gonna thwart for 2. I am going to... I can thwart for 4. Well, I'm still at the 1 health, so I can thwart for 4 and then flip to my other side. I got a plan. I just got to see if it'll work. So I'm actually going to thwart. I would have to lose one of these things, which would kill me. The poison would kill me if I did it. I can't thwart. I'm gonna do that and heal. I will heal for 4 going up to 5. Blah. I'm done. Alright, Rocket's turn. So Rocket is going to... Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Rocket's gonna particle cannon you in the face for 4, take you down to 5. Rocket is going to use the Avengers Mansion to get Ironheart. Rocket's thrusters and Ironheart take a damage. I can get rid of that. Puts my port back to 2. rocket launcher is there to do 2 damage to every minion engaged. Every minion engaged with a specific player, but it's 3 cost. Whereas I can offset the thwart back to 2. I could just play Ironheart. I can just play her. Actually, I could confuse the boss once for Groot. Or I can get that, spend 3 resources of different types to poison off. Two. 3. Then I'm gonna pay. This is a dicey one. I could put out Ironheart to draw a card, but I want my thwart. So I'm okay with thwart. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna put out Ironheart, draw a card, salvage. That works. That gets me back my rocket launcher. And then what are you gonna do, my thwart machine? What do we got? 4 of 10. I don't want poison, but getting genius back would nice back in his deck. I'm gonna hit you for 1. I need a 4. That's it. 4 cards in the collection pile so far. It's a lot easier with more than 1 player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I'm resting. And 1, 4 for 5 because not. So what do we got? We've got Death Focus, Vine Shield, helps me with defense. Root Stomp, that's the 5 damage I need. Welcome Aboard, Regroup, and White Tiger. So that gets White Tiger out. Yeah. I was still nervous. Yeah, I have to check too. I always have to check too. So Battery Pack can get the Particle Cannon back up. And this could boost my, I get 3 hit points and my attack goes to +1. And one way or another, search the encounter deck for a side scheme. I'm not using that crap. Okay, so... Alright. So ready up. I should have stayed in... Well, I needed to heal. There was no way. I'm going to lose Nick Fury because of that, but we'll see. Actually, Nick Fury can defend. He can defend me if I need to. I remember that. We can cross and defend. So, get 2. Put this, say, 2, 4, 7. Then he is going to come here first to scheme for 2. So this will go to 9. Okay. Then the attack, Nick Fury is going to defend for 2. Nick Fury defended. No problem. He would have died in. He would have lost play going here. Because he would have done the 1 damage for the 2 thwart that he did. So there you go. Then this and this. Your first player. The villain schemes. Crap. So that's just 2. Alright, we need to get that under control. And for you... No! When the player who defeated the scheme may ready their identity. It's the Pujandarian Monarch Egg that has 3 on it, and it boosts. So we have to beat that. That needs to go away. Okay, so yeah, we'll get rid of it this round. Alright, so it's back to move this over here. Alright, so we're going to exhaust the particle cannon. Shoot you for 4. Bye. And it gains overkill and ranged. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, it's adding up. It is adding up. Then you will thwart for 1. Oh wait, it's hinder 2. Oh, it's hinder 2. So it's actually 5 on it. So I will thwart for 1, taking it to 4. Taking the damage. I will draw a card. I got a plan. After you make a basic thwart using your thwart ready rocket, he gets +1, which would put it back to 2. So I got the salvage for this to boost, or I could put cybernetics with my attack up. This thing sucks. I could play these 2 and take a damage to get rid of it, which is what I'm going to probably do. This, I could get this out with this, get this out. Yeah, so let's do that. So I'll do this, take advantage. This goes here. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is adding up quick. Then I'll pay this to put out the cybernetic implant, and I get to put an upgrade. It's going to be my thruster boots top of the deck. Then I'll play under surveillance to put out the battery pack. Actually, no. Enters play with 2 charges counters. Exhaust battery pack. Move a charge counter from it to yeah. I'll do that. Do this. Do that. Then I'm going to exhaust you to get Nick Fury out of there. It's getting dicey. It was adding up quick. So then my turn over here. Get White Tiger out. Exhaust F focus, reduce the resource cost of next superpower card. So it'd be free. It's an upgrade to make Bind Shield free. Or do Root Stomp. Get White Tiger out now. To get you out. To draw a card. So let's do that. We're going to do Welcome Aboard. Reduce. Oh, I got to be in hero form. I'm going to flip the hero form. Then Welcome Aboard. Paying this to get White Tiger out to draw a card. Fruition. I'm going to pay. Ooh, Root Stomp is a thing I'm going to do to Hickey. So let's do that. I'm going to do Fruition, get 2 growth counters. Then I'm going to pay this upgrade to get this upgrade out. No. I'm pay these 2 to put down Root Stomp. I'm going to hit you for 5. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats that enemy, place 1 growth counter. I did defeat you. Go to 0. So we're either taking 3 damage or placing a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Humma. Woo! Didn't get to do anything yet. I'm going to take 3 going down to 2 health. I don't want to add anything over there, so I'm going to take the 3 going down to 2 health. And my turn's not over yet. That was enough to do that to get the Groot counter. I'm going to exhaust myself to pull another card out. Now, so let's mitigate best we can. Then you are going to thwart for 2. E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're 5 away. After Groot uses a basic power, remove 2 growth counters from him. Exhaust Lashing Vines to ready Groot. Oh! Let's do this in order. So Groot is going to thwart, spending 1 of these to do that, which puts his thwart at enough to get rid of this. That goes in the victory display. Then I will remove 2 counters from Groot to ready Groot to then exhaust him to get that card out of here. There we go. Do that proper. So we're at 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 of 20. So 9 left. You scheme for 3. Gotta deal with what we gotta deal with. And you get 3. You actually got 3 extra hit points, so you should be at 5. Alright. Round it up. And your health is at 28. Actually, it shouldn't have been at 13. I did that wrong, too. It shouldn't have been at 13. I took down... You should have been at 26. You had 4 health left of 13. So let's take off. And then I did 5 damage. So 14. So I need to take 14 off of this. You're still in your first phase. You're still in your first phase, so I wouldn't have taken that damage. Sorry, I screwed that up. So you'd have taken 14 damage, taking you down to 12. I had your health wrong. 14 would have put you at 26. Yep. So I did that wrong. You would have still been at 5. You would have not lost 3. Then 8. And there we go. Had to get it right. Had to get it right. I had his health wrong. Okay. So probably people were yelling throughout, but I did get it right. Okay, you draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is thruster boots, which we expected. Clear the area, remove 2 threat from a scheme. If that removes threat, draw a card. Heroic Intuition, which gives me +1 thwart. So you are my thwart machine. Rocket's Pistol, and Turn the Tide. After your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme, deal 3 damage to the enemy. So you are my thwart machine. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am Groot. Thwart, remove threat from a scheme equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. Make the call. Root Stomp again for that 5 hit. Nowhere. After a player plays a Guardian, exhaust Nowhere to draw a card and make the call again. Okay, so then we get 2 here. That's 5. That 5. So we're at 13. So we got 7 left until we lose. Going a lot better than the last. You're gonna attack. I'm gonna no, I'm not. I'm gonna take it. So it's 1. Deal 1 damage to each character you control. Son of a gun! So 1, 1, 1, 1. Dang it! I hate Star Shark. I hate it. You're gonna attack you. Treachery, view the cosmos. When revealed, put the highest card from your hand face up in the collection. Oh, actually, I did that wrong. I did that wrong. No, you'd have been fine. You would have been fine. I did that wrong. You were supposed to get the first card. So you have 2 on you. You have 1. And you get this. You would have had 1 go here, 1 here. That would have been it. You got this. Choose 1. Put the highest cost card from your hand face up into the collection. Discard the highest cost card from your hand, then place threat on the scheme. Let's go on in the staking collection. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Cool. Okay. Did I do that right? I didn't. I did that wrong. That shouldn't have happened. God, what is wrong with me? 1, 2, 3. Jeez. So you take 3 damage going to 4. My God. Alright. You go here. You go here. I'm losing my mind. I'm moving too fast. What do you got? Psionic, you're confused. If you are already confused, take 1 damage. You. Awesome. Awesome. So you get a 5 on you. The player who defeated this scheme may heal 4 damage. The player who defeated this scheme may ready their identity, which I did do. Okay, so, alright. Okay, so we're on this. Oh, pass first player. You're up first. Get the root stomp out. Right. We're going to thwart. Oh, I'd have to be able to remove 2 to be able to ready him. The lashing vines ain't gonna cut it. 3. I need 3. Remove threat from a scheme equal to the number of. Okay, so 1, 2. Or I could do this to get Nick Fury back out. That'll do what I need it to do. That is exactly what I'm going to do. Make the call. Spend all 4 to bring Nick Fury back out. Nick Fury is going to deal 4 damage to this guy. 2, 4, 6, 7. Getting close. Nick Fury is going to thwart for 2. I don't need another boost card. Groot is going to exhaust. Pull Ironheart out. I can't do anything else. I can't do anything else. Okay, so 2, 4, 6. I can use White Tiger to thwart. You know what? Screw it. White Tiger thwart. 2. I get to heal for 4. Going up to 7. You go here. Okay. Your turn. 4. So I got him down to 8 health. Avengers Mansion. Draw a card. Got another clear the area. That's remove 2 threat. So I can remove, for cost of 2, I could remove 4. Still not enough. I can play this thruster. I'll play this to put off his thruster. I'm confused. It would put me at 3. Put me at 5. It would be forwarding for 5. 4. 2, 3, 4 for 4. I'm going to play Turning the Tide to clear the area for 2. Play Heroic Intuition to clear the area. I will exhaust. Yep, endurance. No. Actually, not endurance, white type. So we're at 2, 4, 5. We're back down to 5. Okay. Getting rough. Alright. So let's draw up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fertile ground. Create a solution. Black Knight, we are Groot, and another Root Stomp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skilled Investigator. After a side scheme is defeated, draw a card. Daredevil. After Daredevil thwarts, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Energy. Jack Flag. I can use. And Crew Quarters, which I don't. Okay. So, 3, 5. Goes on you. You're going to attack you first. Nick Fury's going to guard. Going to be for 2. Fury guards. Could take 2 damage. Keep it going. Gonna attack you for 1. And yeah, take 3. Going down to 1 health. Okay. Then boom. Boom. Come on with these side schemes. Jeez. Okay. You place the lowest cost card you control face up into the collection. It would have been the battery pack, but I need the battery. I should have charged this and I forgot to do it. Okay. Cool. That goes away. First player transfers. Alright, what the hell are you gonna do? 2, 4, 6, 7. This would have been 8 if I shoot him again. Not yet. Let's draw a card and see our luck. Groot. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Is welcome. Let's get Groot. Help blocks. Groot's coming. Brutal. I'm gonna discard these. Let's just upgrade out. I need a fresh hand. Take a punch. So I gotta put the charge pack on here. I have to. We'll go here. You'll exhaust. Put it back. You're gonna spend 1. Deal 4 damage. Have to see what Groot is. Meat shield. That's it. Your turn. Nick Fury would now. What advantage at the end? To 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can root stomp now to go to, but it would kill Rocket if I root stomp right now. Or he could put a card up, but he would have to take the damage and he would lose. And it's indirect damage, is it? In order, each player must choose to either put the top card of their face up or take 3 damage. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't say indirect, so I could block it with Groot. It doesn't say indirect damage, so I could block it with Groot and just take 1 damage. And I can overhit so I can get a counter. We are Groot. Remove up to 4 growth counters. Choose. Give every character a tough card. Exhaust fertile ground. Place 1 growth counter on Groot. Draw 1 card. That's an alter ego support act. You don't have. I think I'm gonna go for the root stomp. Push this ahead. No. Let's do this. Get this back here. And two, not 3. Sorry, it's cost 2. I'll use the Black Knight and we are Groot. Play Root Stomp. Deal 5 damage to an enemy, which is now the proper overkill that gets me a counter. Now you go to 0. And you have 28 health. Okay, now we're talking about taking 3 damage. Groot's gonna soak that. Just take 1. You're gonna take the 3 going to 4. We have 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. Then yeah, because it's at 11. I don't know if I want the villain scheming for 3+ right now. I'm gonna toss 1. That's gonna end my turn. So sweet. Get a boost card. This is a boost card if I remember that properly. Status. Like that's some boost cards. We're getting 2 boost cards this round. This one is hard. Da 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 da. I might kind of get past. I came close with Rocket, but that 5 collection is too much. It's a no, that's not a hazard icon. Hazard is encounter. Yeah, it's the boost icon is. Just looking to see. think that's a boost deck. It's an acceleration. Yep, it's an acceleration icon. Okay, so 4 is going on there now. Let me draw up. Who's first player? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Side holster, reload, lockjaw, pivotal moment, and beat him up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make the call, energy, I am Groot, major victory, and rocket. Okay. Now, because of that icon, there is, instead of 2, it's going to be 4, which this one will put it at 15. Okay. Groot. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. Oh, wait, I drew too much. Rocket would go back on top. It just been 4. Okay, so you're going to attack Rocket first. Groot's defending. That is 5. Boot. No, it's just, I'm sorry, it's 2. But this comes into play engage, so that's 2. He would have healed that all off. But you come into play. You're going to attack, and I have nowhere to defend. You kill Rocket. Rocket's out. Rocket is out. You are then going to attack for 2, taking it. Plus 1, 3. Go down to 1 health. Rocket's finished. This one is real. I need to look at Dale play this because this is really hard. And I'm sure he beat it, but wow. Okay, so assuming you're just kind of floating in limbo, I get card. Awesome. So that's a guaranteed loss. So then goes to me. Gonna put out, make the call. Two, 3, 4. Bring out Nick. Nick is going to do 4 damage because I don't want to deal with this guy. It's a loss. I don't. And then I got this, which I'm going to just ditch. 2, 4, 6, 8. This is a no-win scenario. This has got to be playable like 4-player to be able to stop this. One person's dealing with this, one person's dealing with this, and the other 2 are dealing with that. That's the only way I see this working. So, only thing I know how to do. 2, 4, 6, 7. That's the only thing I know how to do. All right, so draw 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think this scenario is best played 4-player. You got one person dealing with this. That's their only job. The next person is dealing with that, taking care of threat. The next person is attacking him, and then the last fourth player is pinging between these two. That's the only way I see beating this scenario. If you play it on less player counts, it's tough. So, okay, Rocket, Maria Hill, Vine Strikes, Regroup, and Root Stomp. You are going to, so this thing gets a boost, so it's still the same, so it's 2 boost. And you're gonna attack. Nick's gonna defend. Gonna be for 3. Nick goes here. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, then I get this. You come out. You're villainous. And then, oh look, 2 7 health creatures. Sweet. Okay, so I don't stand a snowball's chance in hell because both of them are villainous. So I'm gonna heal for 4. Flip. That says, oh, it's a hero interrupt. Hell. Sure, I'm taking somebody with me. I'm gonna play Regroup and Vine Strikes. Do Root Stomp for 5 damage. I don't like you. Then I'm gonna attack with Gamora for 2 for 7, getting 2 victory points. Beating her 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Then I'm just gonna say suck it and see what happens. Yeah. There's nothing else for me to do. Okay. So I wonder what's going to happen to me. I think that should just about do it. That's 20. That's the game. You would attack for 3. So 3 damage. Take me to 1. You would attack for 2. I'll defend. 3. I defend against that. I get this card. Hey, look. And I'm confused. Game. And that would be the ball game. Just from that, the grand collection. Wow. That is hard. That is hard. Okay. Well, third time's charm, I didn't win. So we're gonna call it. Okay, so that was a tough fight. And the rest is it. So that was a tough fight. We did not succeed 3 times. So I played once with Groot, once with Rocket, once with them both, and I was not successful. So what are we gonna do? I think I'm gonna move on and just keep moving on in the story to escape from the museum. Just not get any upgrades. Just keep it trucking. So we played through the first collector one. It was tough. It's a 4-player match. You have to play 4 player. Well, you don't have to, but the more players that you play, the more successful you are. So yeah, it is what it is. Rocket had a really great deck for threat. You had Groot's deck was okay in terms of, but it's not a good deck for this scenario. I think Rocket paired with Drax from last time, plus maybe something for Groot for hitting. This deck just wasn't good for this scenario. It's a good deck, just not for this scenario. So Rocket's threat set, Drax's attack set, and get Groot with something different, and then one other player. And I'm going to try to play this 4-player to see how I can do with it. But we'll find out. Anyway, that's me playing. All right, so we weren't successful in that one. That's a really hard scenario on lower player counts. So there might be some kind of, maybe there's a way to modularize, whatever you call that, this, to make it not as vicious. But we're going to move on. We're just not going to count any victory and just move on. So, Escape the Museum will be next. And then we'll do Nebula with Gamora. And then Ronan the Accuser to see what happens with that and see how it turns out. So, ought to be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, thanks so much for sticking with me. Sorry I didn't win. I know I did not win. But I had fun playing, so see what happens next time. That's all I got, really. So I'll let you go enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will chat with you all later. So insert comment here. See you later. Wait, before I go, you'll check the channel Thursday. So tomorrow is Back to Pandemic Legacy. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.